One of our most talked about segments since My Carolina Today debuted was the segment with Stephanie Jenkins, our legal advisor on Is it possible that my spouse is cheating? So we went through all of those things the last time you were with us. Now we want to move on to the next step. Should you feel like, yeah, this is actually happening and I need to consult a lawyer and have a box of evidence, so to speak. So tell us how that works.
Well, it's great that you would use the phrase box of evidence, because I will tell you that very often I will have potential clients show up to my office and they literally have a cardboard box that they slide across the desk to me and they say, that's my box of evidence. This is the stuff I want to use in my case. And sometimes the stuff in the box is helpful and sometimes it's not. But I will tell you, before I touch, look at, smell, do anything to that box of evidence, I'll ask them several questions to make sure that it was legally obtained, that it's relevant. I want to know a lot more about it before I start pulling the stuff out of the box.
Because you might not be able to use it.
I might not be able to look at it, much less use it.
Oh, wow. Okay, so let's go over some of the things that would be a good idea to collect in the correct way. You talk about the computer, and there are some expectations of privacy. So if you know your spouse's password and you're digging through all the emails, is that allowed?
It depends. During this segment, you will hear me say, it depends, and hire an expert lots of times, because that's going to be the byline here. But it depends. And I will tell you that at Gayla Wallace & Hunt, we would much prefer that you come to a lawyer before you start gathering your evidence, so that we can make sure that it was legally obtained.
Okay, because otherwise it wouldn't be able to be used.
Right.
Correctly. Okay.
And so a good divorce lawyer is going to want you to talk to them before you start getting your evidence. But with that caveat, you're talking about expectation of privacy. That's going to be something you need to keep in mind when you're collecting any evidence.
All evidence. Okay, a couple of the other things, telephones. North Carolina is a one-party state as far as recordings, but texts and pictures, all these sorts of things that are now available on phones, that's another thing that you would assume would be good evidence collections. Also, things, i.e., shirts with lipstick on the collar, or stuff found in glove compartments like we talked about last time. GPS tracking devices, that sounds like it would go over that line.
Most people think so, but I will tell you that, again, talk to an expert to make sure that it's properly installed. But a properly installed GPS device can be a very, very good source of evidence in a case where you believe that your spouse may be having an affair.
Okay. The other thing I wanted to ask, and the last one on our list, is mail. Because, you know, you're not supposed to open up anybody else's mail, but if you're a married couple, what happens there?
Well, again, beware is the one thing I would say when you're talking about opening somebody else's mail. The only way that you're really going to be allowed to open somebody else's mail and have it be admissible in court is if there's been a history during the marriage that you were allowed to open, say, the bank statements that were in your joint
if it's a
names.
joint account. Okay.
Or historically, if it was something that you routinely opened because you paid the bill. If you always opened the cell phone bill, if you always opened the credit card bill, and that was the standard during the marriage, then I think you have a very good argument that there is no expectation of privacy in that information.
Okay, this has been very helpful information. Stephanie Jenkins with Gayla Wallace Hunt, thanks so much. All this information lives on our website at mycarolinatoday.com.